want to welcome Anna Kavanagh, indeed, Finra Markey and Ailish Monaghan, and to thank them sincerely for the ongoing work that they have done on behalf of the most vulnerable children in our community and indeed our country. And the Constitution states that we must cherish all children equally, and they're fighting a crusade with many, on behalf of the many mothers and some fathers to get objective and honest and proper care for their children, and indeed some cases where they feel their children have been wrongfully taken away from them, and all the in-camera rule and everything else. It's a huge challenge. First of all, I have to put on record that I have absolutely no faith whatsoever in Tusla. Absolutely zilch. And I want to put that on record of the meeting here today. And when it was set up, in the Oireachtas I was spoken, it had literally hived off a corner of the HSE and appointed up this organisation. No thought, no planning, no proper checks and balances, and we have the results of it today. To think that 22 children in January this year went missing in state care. 22 children in January this year in state care. Ms Kavanagh outlined a number of press reports, and I thanked those members of the press. She mentioned Katie Holland and others for the work that they have done, because this is completely under wraps, and the in-camera rule in the court needs to be examined, because the parents and advocates, they have no rights whatsoever, and it's only proper that, and I thank you and the Petitions Committee for hearing them today on this petition, to see if they can bring some clarity and some distinction to some I suppose element of fairness to families and our people. We're talking Dáil here in Shanadori. We're messengers of the people, and it's our duty. But the state has failed these people. Not only is it failing them, but it's victimising them. And the figures quoted there, the amount of money spent in private providers, and some of those private providers had no when children were handed into those providers and given and allowed unvetted people to take charge of them. That's appalling. I'm involved in so many, not anymore, but I'm still involved in some clubs and organisations, and the Garda vetting process is applicable to every person on so many different organisations, and some people have to do it 4 and 5 and 6 times. And to think that we would be paying vast sums of money to private entities that haven't proper procedures, haven't people who are vetted, it's just beggars belief. And apart from the committee here today, the testimonials here today, I've been contacted numerous cases all over the country. Horror, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the evening. And I was even told by a superintendent one time, now retired in Clonmel, 10 years ago, that this was really out of hand, because they might be dealing with cases during the week, the Gardaí, Tusla and social workers. But quite honestly, they said to me, social workers want to take the weekend off, so they call in the Gardaí at 3 o'clock on Monday and take the children out of the houses. And that came from the mouth of an acting superintendent. That's one of the cases. But I have come across cases where Tusla employees are arrogant, they're uncaring, and they're downright belligerent. And I know of a family where 2 Tusla workers, where a man, an adult, was charged that there's an order that he couldn't be with his own children on his own. The whole lot has since been totally dropped in court and only prosecuted after several court cases. And if we're a Tusla official, 2 of them, one in particular, said in front of his mother and other siblings and other people that were there as helpers in that family, appointed, dedicated people, that ye all think this man is guilty, and left him. They're not judged. No court of law had found that gentleman guilty. Outrageous comments, and I've heard that numerous times as well. So it's quite disgusting and quite out of control. And the more they're out of control, the more they can do, and the more they can destroy families, destroy lives, and destroy people. And I get calls in the middle of the night from people that have. I attended a press briefing this morning where, they can go into a schoolyard, 2 or 3 squad cars in the middle of a school day, and pick up children, and the instructions of Tusla in front of their classmates and children. It caused fear. Can you imagine 3 squatters arriving into the schoolyard and taking away children like that when the mother goes to pick them up at 3 o'clock, they're gone? Appalling behaviour. Appalling behaviour. And think that our state and our ministers could stand up recently, Minister O'Gorman, and say that Tusla was an excellent organisation, top marks, with all the complaints that he knows. And the countless number of times that my colleague Deputy Durkin has raised this in the Dáil, and other people as well, including Deputy Tobin and Deputy Paul Murphy and many others. But not enough of us, not enough of our colleagues are challenging the system here. And this system across the HSE, as I said, was just an adjunct of the HSE, hived off and given all these powers, draconian powers. So I think the ask from our testimonial today is very simple. We have to have powers. Like HICWA can close down nursing homes and have closed down many situations, but that's physical buildings because of endangering health or endangering maybe people's safety. But this is where the children are going missing. And we saw that expose from the examiner of the children being picked up out of care and brought into a hotel and, you know, more than likely brought in to be sexually exploited. It's a horror story. And the sooner that this government deal with that, the better, or the administration. Our state has failed these people so much, and I, from the bottom of my heart, again, thank the 3 people for testimony here today, and ask them what do they feel, how we as a committee, how we as public representatives can get some justice, and what actions we need to take here in this Oireachtas, albeit in the last months of its existence. But you know what, and what can we do to try and ensure that the next Oireachtas take this up and deal with it wholeheartedly? So I'd like to ask them if they have any questions or any suggestions what we might do. But I again salute them for their testimonies and their dedicated hard work on behalf of the children, the young people, and children even unborn yet. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Deputy McGrath.